My name is Alex, and seeing that you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering how to convert your JSON file into a CSV file. For those of you who know a little bit more about SQL, I have a bonus trick towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. The very first thing that I want you to do is visit this URL over here. It contains this tool that I've written, and don't worry, I'm not trying to sell you anything. This tool is totally free. I'll leave a link down in the description. But essentially what this tool is going to allow you to do is do that conversion from JSON to CSV. The very first thing that you'll need to do is, first of all, get a hold of your JSON if you haven't already. Open it up with a text editor of any kind and copy paste the contents into this text field over here. So you can see that I've already preloaded a JSON here. Just as an example, it's a Pokemon data set that has some form of repeating data in it. That's the important thing that I sort of want you to note is this tool can only work, and any tool for converting JSON into CSV on the internet can only work if your JSON file has some sort of repeating data or hidden structure in it. What I mean by that is you can see over here inside this Pokemon data set, there is a implicit column of abilities. So you can see that everything inside of this abilities array has a repeating ability, and it has a repeating is hidden and slot attribute. So what the algorithm, so to speak, in this tool will do is it will detect the fact that there are these repeating fields, and it'll turn it into a column in your comma separated file. Another example here is down here with game indices. We can see we have different versions like Pokemon White, Pokemon Black, and so on and so forth. So it's really important to first check with your JSON file and see if there's repeating data. Only when there's repeating data does it make it possible to actually convert it into a CSV. And of course you can make some modifications there if there are like small fields or things that are missing. So after that's done, you want to click load JSON. It'll turn your unformatted JSON into a formatted one, so it's a little bit easier to read. I can show you actually how it looks like. As a raw JSON file, it looks something like this. Not very nice. This is what we call computer readable, but not human readable. So click load JSON, it'll make a lot more sense. And so here you have tables that the algorithm has detected. So Pokemon abilities is one of them. It detected 2 rows, which is correct because in this array there's literally only 2 rows. There's a little bit of a bigger table that it's detected called Pokedex, which makes sense. It has a collection of all the different Pokemon and things like, for example, their type, their name, their height. I don't know how they got this data, but it has their height, it has their egg, spawn chance, and so on and so forth. And every JSON is going to be slightly different here, obviously. Basically, you just want to make sure that the table that you click into actually contains what you want to transform into a CSV. So let's say I wanted the Pokedex. So awesome, I've clicked on this table, and all you need to do is scroll down to the very bottom, and this will be your preview for what you're going to get when you download that CSV. And that's really just it. If that's all you want to do, plop in your JSON here, click load JSON, and you're ready to go. You can download your CSV. And just as an example here, I'll download this. I already have this open up in my Google Sheets, but you can see this is if it loads, a valid CSV file. You have all the data and information there is. For those of you who do know a little bit of SQL, as I mentioned earlier in the video, there's some additional niceties that this tool has that some other tools on the internet are really lacking. And one of them is the ability to actually perform queries before you download as a CSV. So you can see here we're doing a select all from Pokedex Pokemon, which is the table that we've selected. If you select Pokemon moves, it'll change the query in real time. So I click Pokedex Pokemon, And let's say I just want the names of the Pokemon. I can type in name here and click Run SQL Query. And you can see the preview window will now show only the names. So this is really, really, really powerful, in my opinion, because it allows you to essentially edit your data in real time before you start downloading it into your CSV. There's a lot of tools on the internet that doesn't allow you to do this step, right? You just upload your file and you basically cross your fingers and hope that the CSV you get in return has exactly the format that you want. Not in this case. In this case, you have full say in the way that you want your data through the means of a SQL query. So let's say instead of just selecting the name, I want to do something a little bit more complex. Let's say I want to find a Pokemon where the name is specifically Bulbasaur. Let's click Run Query. Oh, this is query not valid. I forgot a equal sign. Run SQL query. Empty. I probably missed a capital letter. And you can see we have a record now of just Bulbasaur. So this allows you to quickly sift through and filter your data. And if we download this now as a CSV, I'll only get that record containing Bulbasaur because I've selected it out in the query. And you can go crazy with this. That's the point that I'm trying to make with this is fully customizable. You can go in and do joins. These are the names of the different tables. I can join, for example, the Pokedex Pokemon, which contains records of Pokemons with their respective moves or their stats. Or I can connect them with the game indices here. So there's a lot of things that you can do. You can do joins, queries, as long as it's a pretty generic SQL command, you'll be able to do it. You'll even be able to perform things like updates and inserts if you really want to add like an additional row or column. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if this was helpful, give it a like and share it with your friends. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.